The person that cast a spell on South Africa, a spell was cast on them first, and they became obsessed with South Africa. And that is why so many people, instead of focusing on children that are being kidnapped, their teachers being beheaded with cameras rolling for the world to see, and they are currently making demands of 1 billion naira. I think that's about 12 billion rand. And they're obsessed about us. They're obsessed about us because we have the rule of law. And they don't like our rule of law. They go out there and say, well, my country is a country of law. South Africa is lawless. I even saw somebody even calling us heartless, and I'm thinking, for the past 32 years, we were being heartless to you? The thanks we get. But yeah, we're not about that. Guys, we don't have a president in South Africa. We do not have a president. You know, when you talk of decisiveness, I don't think Ramaphosa did go to that fountain. And it's quite clear as well how he has been surviving throughout his life. He learned the art of escaping very pressured moments in his life where he feels like I ngangami. Once again, this takes me back to the late Musiwa Lekota, what he said in Parliament. Chances are, yes, Ramaphosa was with them in the trenches, but maybe he did not like all this living in the bushes, asking for permission to do things, probably getting shouted at by Uwam or Tambo because they cannot write letters or something like that. And so he thought, law school, I'm going to law school. And then in law school, what happened? Who did he meet there that convinced him? And so, I mean, listen, regimes that are horrible, they must have a guitar. The other time I said it was crocodile. It's not crocodile. It's guitar. When Sarafina looked him in the eye and said, why guitar? Why? I think that was Cyril Ramaphosa, according to Musiwa Lekota, the late. So whenever there's pressure, the best thing he knows how to get himself out is his silver tongue. This man became president in 2019, well, before 2019, because he was deputizing Jacob Zuma. When Jacob Zuma had to step down, he took over. Is that what happened, or I'm having a Mandela effect? Okay, so, and then 2019, we went to elections, and then he was elected in parliament as the president of the republic. And I warned, oh my goodness, guys, if you can go to my Twitter page, I abandoned it. I believe it was the 20th of January, 2020. It was getting way too toxic, and I'm not that type of person who likes involving himself in toxicity. Maybe when I was a little bit younger, because I'm a Cancer and I'm snappy. But the older I became, I realized this is childish. So I quit. And I've been forewarning South Africans that do not believe in this man. He has a silver tongue. Everybody fell in love with him and I was defeated. And how's it going now? I want to know. How's it going? Because he has lied himself through his first 5 years, delivered nothing. Nothing of tangibility to South Africans that are at the grassroots. Instead, the economy dropped drastically, and it's growing right now between 0.1 and 0.6%. It's not creating conducive environment for investment. It's not creating jobs. It's rather creating despondency and more people just feeling lost. That's what his presidency and the legacy that he's building for himself. And then he thinks by coming in front of the nation for a family meeting, he is saying something profound, something tangible, something we all can hold on to and believe that it's going to be implemented. Alexandra is still waiting for the million houses. Ekurhuleni is still waiting for that university. Should I go on? No. You already know. Anything of tangibility, this man has never delivered it in his presidency. Oh, he might think he has delivered, but he only delivered to his comrades. Those are the people he has delivered. And I find it quite ironic. There are two ironies that I'm going through right now. The first one, you have a convict that open cases against other people, and then those people get warrants of arrest, and the convict is still outside. Welcome to South Africa. And then, yo. Sometimes I do want to ask, how did we get here? Because I know exactly how we got here. We got here because of KFC and a t-shirt and screaming and chanting and celebrating ANC big dogs driving in Lamborghinis and G-Wagons in our dusty communities. That's how we got here. Oh, let's also not forget talk radio. You see, the people that call in, I'll never respect y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe some of y'all follow me and you have changed. Hey, you're welcome. But a lot has happened in this country. So, I was going through, just minding my own business. I was looking at some videos, just reminding myself about some leaders that I've seen, African leaders, by the way, that I've seen earlier this year. And I was like, I'm so jealous. You guys are so decisive. I wish we had a president. When he spoke with zeal. He spoke with authority, and he was decisive. Cutthroat type of situation. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Check out this one.
We cannot keep being host to refugees for which later on were held accountable in some way or even abused about. Refugees as a result of ethnic cleansing based in another country, and we must be the dumping ground of those people who are being deprived of their rights. We have had refugees here for over 20 years from DRC of one type of people. This is not Rwanda's problem. And we are going to ensure that everybody realizes that it is not Rwanda's problem. And starting with saying, those who think it is Rwanda's problem and not Congo's, first of all, remove these Congolese from here. Those who are coming in every day just on the actions of government and institutions, you tell me government is not functioning properly or this, or that's still none of my business. If it is to be my business, it is yours also, meaning the international community. These are the ones I'm...
Okay, I just wanted him to speak on the refugee aspect and responsibility. I think this is what Cyril Ramaphosa fears. Number one, this is what we expected from Cyril Ramaphosa on Sunday evening. To speak like Paul Kagame of Rwanda. That's what we expected. That's how a leader speaks. That's how a leader is decisive. That's what a leader says, that I don't want to be responsible for people that, if they do stuff because they're refugees. That's exactly what Cyril Ramaphosa was trying to tell us in not so many words. You seriously had to dig and then read between the lines that if we got rid of illegal foreigners, there are consequences for this. We will be held accountable for people that entered South Africa illegally. I think the United Nations is sick in the head to think that when people enter illegally and they are not coming from a war zone, they will hold us accountable. I don't understand that part, because that's what it seems like what Ramaphosa was trying to say. And then when it comes to businesses, I was like, Ramaphosa, we expected him to decisively say, small businesses, tuck shops, retail, you name it, all the informal economy is strictly reserved for South Africans. Okay, there are refugees that we're supposed to know that these are refugees. We know that the majority of the people that are holding refugee status, they obtain them fraudulently. Fraudulently. And he's supposed to have told us that on Sunday that, listen, we are going to do a thorough investigation or a diligence investigations on all the people that obtain asylum status and refugee status. I don't know what the difference is. So that we can sift out the fake ones. And then those that really, really needed our help are the ones that can benefit by also opening their own spaza shops. However, they need to register them. They need to do and follow the law. They are not going to order from clandestine manufacturers of these products that are now killing children. That's what I expected. That is what I expected, but no. And then I want to show you two videos. The first one is of a hypocrite. Oh, a huge hypocrite, because he comes out to the international community and condemns South Africa for implementing South Africans. Listen, those of you who don't understand how South Africa works, the people are the government. It's not the other way around. So because you beat up your people, you send out soldiers and police onto them, it doesn't work that way with us. You guys are frustrated because that's what you do in your countries. We, the people that govern, and I've said this before and I'm going to keep repeating until it sinks in. The people shall govern in South Africa, not Ramaphosa. Because suddenly now we are seeing people saying, I've been getting a lot of DMs saying, yeah, you see what your president said? The president said you cannot touch us. And I was like, yeah, but also the president did not mention Section 42 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, where I, as a South African citizen, of course, the right is granted to me by the Constitution to make citizens arrests. If I know for sure that you are an illegal foreigner who arrived in South Africa on a visitor's visa in 2010 for the 2010 FIFA World Cup, but you never left, I can make citizen arrest and then call the police. Suddenly, everybody went silent. You need to learn about South Africa. You can't just talk. Just because you come from a dictator country, you think those dictator tactics will work on us. No, they're not going to work on us. We are not that Africa. We are Africa or South Africa, but we're not a typical African country. We are not a typical African country. That's for sure. So this hypocrite right here, listen to him when it comes to spaza shops. I guess they call him corner shops in his country. Here we go.
The only area is in small retail business. That is an area reserved for Ghanaians. Small retail business like corner shops and things. We don't expect that somebody will come from outside and come and open a container shop on your street corner. That is reserved for Ghanaians, and so that's the only restricted area. But otherwise, everywhere else, anybody who has foreign direct investment is welcome to bring their investments into Ghana.
You see, when you don't know whether you're going or coming, and you're a president, it looks horrible. So it's okay for Ghana to declare the informal economy only reserved for Ghanaians. But South Africa, when it says the same thing, we are xenophobic. We need to be punished. We need to be reported to the United Nations and African Union. Do you something isn't right in West Africa? I think I've begun to realize that something isn't correct up here. If you know what they say about a fish when it rots from the head. What is this? We are implementing the very same thing. He says, no, 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 no. Your people left your country to visit South Africa. They decide not to leave, but open the very businesses you are talking about that are reserved for Ghanaians here in South Africa. But that's not okay for us to say, hang on a minute, that belongs to us. And now you are collecting together evidence to take South Africa to court for compensation on an illegality that was committed by your people. I am looking forward to that lawsuit. I cannot wait for it. And I've been laughing so hard on TikTok. People say, I am a cleaner and I know I can win this case. One said, a first-year law student without saying anything has won this case. South Africans, I love you. This is what you expect from Cyril Ramaphosa to say on Sunday. That informal economy is reserved only for South Africans. Unapologetic. Say it with decisiveness and firmness. Not tell us about, oh, migration is an international phenomenon. No, we care about us. We don't care about the rest of the world. We care about us. That's who we care about. And the final video that I want to show you are very problematic people in South Africa. Kodwa bayahamba. Listen to, I think this is a minister of some business in Zimbabwe. Listen to what he says.
With immediate effect, the small-scale gold mining sector in Zimbabwe is reserved exclusively for Zimbabwean citizens and the Zimbabwean citizen wholly owned entities. For purposes of this policy, no foreign individual, foreign controlled company, or foreign beneficial owner shall be permitted to A. Acquire, hold, or control any mining title classified under the small-scale gold mining category. B. Participate directly or indirectly in the operation or management of small-scale gold mining activities. Or C. Enter into any arrangement that is tribute, joint ventures, syndicates.
Well, did you hear that? Decisiveness. Once again, it is about informal economy. It belongs to Zimbabweans. Well, they even further say that some industries that are owned by foreign nationals, they will have to give up about 75% of that business to Zimbabweans. Now, for an investor, that's scary. That's good enough to pack up and leave. Elon Musk is crying about 30%. Can you imagine 75%? You'll be like, no, keep it. But did you see how decisive Zimbabwe was? And very empathetic to whom that small industry belongs to Zimbabweans. Retail, corner stores, selling on the streets as a vendor. All that is reserved for Zimbabweans. No one else. That is what you expected to have heard from Cyril Ramaphosa on Sunday. But Cyril Ramaphosa goes and does this. And I got the message. I got the message loud and clear why he did that. Hit it.
Somalia.
I'm from Ethiopia.
From where?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Ethiopia. Yeah. So you make a good turnover?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Sure.
Okay. So you registered your shop?
Yeah.
Registered?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. All right. So what can I buy here in this shop?
Yeah, you can take anything.
I can buy anything?
Yes.
Sure.
I shall say it again, I say it again. The person that cast a spell on South Africa, a spell was cast on them too. And they became obsessed with South Africa and then they cast a spell on us. What did we do to deserve him? I didn't vote for him, by the way. I don't vote for the ANC because I see a lot of people that come and say, well, you voted for... I don't. But because the, what you say, majority voted, so now it's my problem too. This. So the message here is, remember he said, South Africans, you do not have the authority to stop people on the streets and ask for their documentation. That is only for the authorities to do. So look at me. I'm the president of the Republic of South Africa. All I did to this Ethiopian is ask where he's from. I did not ask him for his papers to prove whether he's here legally or not, when he's supposed to have inquired further. Are you in South Africa legally? But no, instead he asks. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Do you think Paul Kagame would have done that? Paul Kagame would have wanted to know your status in South Africa without you showing him your papers, because the message is, you see, I did not ask for papers because it's not my line of authority. But you're the president of the Republic of South Africa and the constitution that invested powers onto you. Remember when you swore at the Union Building during your inauguration that you are going to defend the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa and adhere to the provisions that also includes the powers that are invested. That also includes, because you are what? Commander-in-Chief. He forgot he's the commander-in-chief. He can actually ask for papers. But no, I want to intellectually, emotionally, politically, psychologically, and all of these things to South Africans by saying, you see, I did not ask for his papers because it's not... That's the president we have. I am so frustrated by him, guys. When is 2029 again? No, wait. Parliament. You know, you can bypass this impeachment process. I know the ANC is going to block it because there's an impeachment process, that they are also obviously going to vote against the impeachment of Cyril Ramaphosa. But why don't y'all table a, what do you call it again? A no confidence vote? Why not? I mean, Ramaphosa is exhausting. My flu is black. It's back. Actually, it's in my throat. The flu is in my throat. I'm coughing a lot, and it's making it near impossible to talk for a long time. That's why you guys are seeing a lot of jump cuts in my videos, because your boy is going through it. But hey, it'll get better when it does. I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Yo, Hasterelwa, the Ghanaian president, Yena Jefuti, he shouldn't even had that speech at all. At all. And if it was done some time ago, he should have thought about it and said, but hang on a minute. But South Africans are doing the very same thing that we are doing in Ghana. That couldn't be a wrong thing. I'm putting my citizens first as the president, and surely the citizens of South Africa, that's also what they want. But no, because they are receiving brown envelopes to destroy the image of this country, he becomes a complete hypocrite with the Minister of Foreign Affairs who's a liar. Interesting. So we're not allowed as South Africa to have similar laws, similar business practices. and procedures. We are not allowed. That's very interesting. That's because we got a sheepish president. I think that best describes him. He's a sheep. Anyways, fellow South Africans, enjoy your Tuesday. I don't know what we did to deserve this. Honestly, I ask myself every day, like, why did y'all read my tweets? I wish you did. But you didn't. God again, we can correct this. Oh, by the way, you guys are hilarious in the comment section about my weird video. Some even took it seriously. And I mean, like, those that came with philosophy, economics. Chill. It's not that deep. It was a thought. I even said in the video. You know, sometimes in people that believe they're intelligent, they amaze me. But again, I understand the education system and the products it's producing. You hold an entire degree and you want to lecture me about the economy. It doesn't work the way you are saying it. If you give a million rand to 8.1 million people, I don't care. It was just a video and okay. And these are the same people who come and say pieces on TikTok about why it's wrong to chase people. Why don't you chase the real enemy? There's the real enemy. And you're asking or her, since you have identified the enemy, why aren't you doing anything about it? Emiban. I know I'm dragging this video, but I want to share things. I want to cough things out of my chest. I've come to a point, which is very unfortunate, by the way, because we need these people. We do, to give us guidance, to prepare us. You know what I mean? Intellectuals. But the moment I see a title, Doctor, Gascrolla, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And also, the moment I hear something along the lines that you can tell this is obnoxious towards the grassroots people, scroll. And those that want to come with these video essays, oh, the video essay people. And I'm not saying that what I do here is not a video essay. I mean, I speak from my mind because of what I observe. It's not something I go down and read about it, read somebody else's thesis, dissertation, essays, and then combine and then come to you and say, oh, Patrice Lumumba once said, oh, Kwame Nkrumah this, oh, Biko that. The moment I hear all of that, I switch off. Because I already know it's designed to manipulate and make a fool of me. And I don't appreciate to be made a fool of. Stupidity is one feeling I've never known. I don't know how it feels like. I don't even know if it's a feeling. And then you have somebody, because they are so learned. Guess what? We are also learned, but we're not going to come on TikTok, YouTube, and everywhere and try to somersault and show you that, hey, Mina, hey, I got Snama Jazz song. Nisidina go. Yo. Yes, sirs. I cannot stand them. I cannot stand them. And it's unfortunate, by the way. It's so unfortunate because you need to listen to video essays, and learn from the past so that you form or you construct the future. But I swear. Anyways, guys, I will see you a bit later. Please, whatever you do, take care of yourselves. Defend this country with everything you've got. And guys, when I say this, I'm not saying it lightly. We are under siege, in case you have not noticed, externally and internally, by our own too. So you got to focus. That's what you need to do. Anyways, goodbye. Love y'all.